Route 66 is brought to you by Chevrolet in behalf of your local authorized Chevrolet dealer, who offers 31 different Chevys and Corvairs at his one-stop shopping center.
What it is, Colonels, I'm Jacob Latimer.
And I'm Parker Hara. It's March 28th, 1970-something. At least we're pretending it's that year for this episode.
And welcome to this year's 22nd episode of the CCN. Hope you're all having a far-out day.
To the max, you know? On today's gig, we'll get into some sick sports with Will and Hattie, What's New with Kirsten and Drew, Imagine with those groovy gals Matt and Jim, and more.
On top of all that, Parker and I will tell you everything you need to know, from world news to important school announcements. It's time for the CCN.
You're probably wondering why we've traveled back to the 70s for this episode. Well, not only did the first class here at HCHS graduate in 1970, but next year marks the 150-year anniversary of Henderson County Schools, or the sesquicentennial.
Sesqua what? That's a pretty tough word to say.
Sesquicentennial.
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 Sasquatch Szechuan sauce.
Sesquicentennial.
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 Sesquicential.
Sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial.
Sequential.
Sesquicentennial.
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 Aren't very popular this weekend. Not only did you provide rain.
Let's get into some of the highlight stories of the 1970s.
April 22nd, 1970 was the first Earth Day.
In 1971, the voting age was officially lowered from 21 to 18.
In 1975, the Vietnam War officially ended after 20 years of fighting.
The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, passed away in 1977.
Possibly the biggest story of the 70s, the infamous Watergate scandal, began in 1972 when a group of people connected to Richard Nixon's re-election committee were accused of wiretapping phones and stealing documents from the Democratic National Convention.
After the burglars were arrested, it was later found out that Nixon paid them hush money in order to keep the operation a secret. Then, in 1974, Nixon resigned from the presidency in face of impeachment for obstruction of justice. Pretty wild stuff.
Let's get into some current news. Robert Mueller's long-awaited report on President Trump and Russia was finally released earlier this week, and no Russian collusion was found. Trump and his supporters have been celebrating the release, while Democrats continue to ask questions regarding the Russian collusion and meddling in the 2016 election.
In technology news, Apple made some pretty large announcements at their conference on Monday. They announced updates to the Apple TV, which includes the first step towards an Apple streaming service, and Apple News with a subscription service for $9.99 a month. Another big announcement was a new Apple Card, which is a digital credit card that will soon be available on all iOS devices in the Wallet app. It includes reward services and a physical card if the user wants one. Tim Cook called it the biggest innovation in the credit card world in the last 50 years.
What's up, Colonels? It's the greatest that ever was and ever will be. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Muhammad Ali.
And me, the tennis star, Billie Jean King.
This past weekend, the track team was outstanding at their Murray track meet. Congrats to Cade Russell and Ashby Greenwell on placing 4th and 5th in the shot put. And a huge congrats to Isabella Tishner on placing 1st in the 100-meter and 300-meter hurdles.
Awesome job, track stars. The Lady Colonels softball team is 8-0 on the season after winning 3 games Saturday and Tuesday night 17-2.
The baseball team took a tough loss to Owensboro Tuesday night and played Memorial last night in the second game of their 5-game streak this week.
Last week was the state powerlifting competition. Logan Green is the state championship in the 155-pound division. Merrick Stinson was the state runner-up in the 185-pound division, and Isaiah Fallon and Isaac Damrith finished 4th in the 220-pound and 145-pound division, and Isaiah Easley finished 6th in the 185-pound division.
Congrats to the boys tennis team on their 8-0 victory over Hopkins County Central this week. The season has started off well for all those on the team. Also, HCHS archery is on fire. The male and female teams both finished first in the Region 1 tournament this weekend. Lily Buchanan and Dalton Hinkle both finished first individually with scores of 297 out of 300.
Also, Mitchell Melton finished 3rd with a score of 293, and Kyra Haynes, who goes to South Middle School, came in 4th with a score of 287.
Coming up the rest of the week, the Colonels play tonight at UHA, tomorrow versus Lyon County, and Saturday versus Trigg County, both here at BT Wayne Field.
The Lady Colonels play at North Posey tomorrow, and Saturday they play in a tournament at Trigg County.
In the CCN Bracket Challenge, Coach Proctor's in first place, and 3 people are tied for second, Mr. Fish, Mr. Morris, and Mr. Sexton, with Mr. Houston closely behind. And I'm nowhere close, so it's okay. All right, y'all. This has been Sports with the greatest that ever was, Muhammad Ali.
And the star tennis player, Billie Jean King.
Deuces. Skirt.
It's okay. You can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good. Makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to see
Hey, kid.
the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola as life. Have a Coke and
Thanks, Mean Joe.
smile.
Back with your coaches here. We got Tanner and Corbin, and I'm going to ask them a little bit about their team. So what are some strengths that you guys have going into this game?
We have a pretty good defense, I believe, and our offense is pretty good. And I think that we might do good. I don't know.
Alrighty, and what are some weaknesses that you guys are a little bit nervous about going into this game?
Communication. They need to communicate, they need to talk more with each other.
Alrighty, so do you believe that your team is mentally prepared for this game today?
I hope. They think they are.
Okay, and what about you?
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Good luck. Hi, you guys. I'm here with Coach Mitchell Turner and Coach Tavian Reeser, and I'm going to be asking them some questions about their game tonight. So what are some strengths that you guys have going into this game?
I think some of our strengths are our speed, Max Warren's defense, and, of course, Garrett Greenwell with that broken hand coming back.
Alrighty, and what about you, Tay? What do you think are some of the weaknesses that you guys might face throughout this game?
We tend to shoot a lot, get a little excited, but we'll handle it.
Absolutely. So one more thing I'm going to ask these boys, do you guys think that your team is mentally prepared for the game today?
Of course we are. We're going to beat anybody we play.
Absolutely. What about you, Tay?
By 90.
All right. Thank you, guys.
doesn't come out.
Thursday for lunch, we'll be having spaghetti, garlic bread, cauliflower, and carrots.
On Friday, we'll be having hamburger, cheeseburger, or fish, fries, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and hopefully fresh fruit.
Seniors, you have until tomorrow to complete your slide for the senior recognition dinner.
Students, Gallery Gifts and Bridal at 311 North Main Street in downtown Henderson offers $40 to $60 off regular retail on all tux rentals with a free $8 pocket silk with every prom tux rental, and they will donate $5 to HCHS Project Graduation for every HCHS prom tux rental. They are local, no crossing the bridge. Tux fitting appointments on Saturdays and Sundays as well as throughout the week.
With these control levers, you can keep your fighters in motion to duck punches. When you press this plunger, he throws a right uppercut. Press the other plunger and there's a left jab. Lots of exciting action and fun for everyone when the world's only boxing robots battle it out.
The blue bomber's looking for an opening, and there it is. That's the end of round 2.
Just push the flying head back and you're ready for round 3.
Boy, this is the greatest.
You bet. The world's only boxing robots. Get the Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Pasta County.
You ready to hear what's new?
I hope you all are ready to live it up on our 6th ever Earth Day next month on April 22nd, 1976.
Wow, dig it. Have you heard that upcoming director George Lucas is wanting to release a new film? It's going to be a science fiction and will be like anything we've ever seen before.
Ah, Suki Suki. Also, did you know that April 10th will be the 6-year anniversary of the Beatles breakup?
Jeepers creepers. Grateful Dead just released a bugging new album called American Beauty.
Well, have you heard of this new company called Apple? It's set to launch on April 1st.
Apple?
Yeah.
Right on. That's pretty original. Also, it's been a year since Saturday Night Live first aired. Isn't that blazing?
Special guests in the next few weeks include Chevy Chase, Gerald Ford, and White House Press Secretary Ron Nessen.
Rad.
Well, that's all for this week's installment of What's New.
Catch you on the flip side, County.
Peace.
Or you can balance your checkbook. Kids can teach themselves arithmetic. Or the family can invent their own Pong games. The possibilities are endless. It's called Apple II, the personal computer. See it at High Technology, the computer store.
Whoa, groovy dudes. Imagine this. So guess who got concert tickets?
Lynyrd Skynyrd?
Rolling Stones? No, those are all gnarly, but the Beatles, of course.
The Beatles far out, man.
I know, right, bro?
I heard they were gonna be breaking up.
Don't say that, man. I have them on 8-track. I love them. I do too.
Oh, really? I do too. Gnarly dudes.
Gnarly. It's pretty gnarly, but like, I'm ready for this concert. I'm just gonna wear a cute blouse, maybe some bell bottoms. I don't know yet.
Ooh, make it hip.
Yeah, I know.
You need that Farrah Fawcett
Make it
hair.
hip like Genesis.
Ooh, yes.
That angelic hair. Groovy. Guys, I think my rents are here. Scatter!
Imagine that.
Hello everybody, my name is Hattie Hartman and I am here today with Mr. Hale and he is going to be giving you guys some insight on Henderson schools back in the 70s.
She said, I'm Mike Hale and I'm a graduate of Henderson High School, which some folks know as Henderson City High School. Graduated the class of 1972. Some things. the city-county game, we'll start with that. That was always the highlight of everybody's school year. I know some folks whose names I shall not mention who managed to put some outhouses in front of the entrance to the high school here. That we thought that was funny. We would have the burning the Colonel, and Henderson County High would trash the Flash, which I was a Flashman, so that's always was done the night before the game. As far as basketball rivalry, it was pretty intense. So was the football. Something we didn't have buses at Henderson High School. We all walked or rode with someone. There was the city bus, but no one took it much. We only had federal school lunch my freshman year. After that, it was hamburgers, hot dogs, and chili, and Coke, and Coca-Cola products. Actually, RC Cola products. After all, this is Henderson. I remember taking a tour of County High when I was like a sophomore or junior over here, and the first thing I noticed was that it was all carpeted, the entire school, even the cafeteria. And I thought to myself, this isn't going to last, and it didn't. The carpet wore out. The carpet in the cafeteria really smelled bad. It did. You mentioned all those years of spilled milk not getting washed out of the carpet.
Did you guys have any like school dances or anything?
Yeah, we had school dances. In fact, we could, with a note, we could bring someone from another school. I went to 2 of County High's dances. I knew a lot of the people at County High because we all kind of hung around each other anyway. We like to say when I see them these days, we went to different schools together, because I know a lot of County High people. We had some classes that were cooperative classes out at the community college for high school kids. Just took an economics class, and I met a lot of them there. And I knew them just hanging around. I knew a lot of the County High people. They knew a lot of the City High people, and some had switched over, moved out into the, at that time, Balmore Acres and Highlander Acres were outside the city limits, and a lot of the population shifted out there, which indirectly led to the City High being closed down. And the first year of the merger was 1976-77, and City High and County High's football team merged. They had a really good team and made it to the finals of the state tournament in football. Got beat by Louisville Trinity on a trick play.
And we want to thank Mr. Hale for getting us some insight on Henderson schools. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into this week's groovy episode of the CCN. Be sure to stay tuned after our sign-off for information on how you can hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, whatever those are, and for another installment of What's Poppin' with Seth Watkins.
We'll be coming at you next time from the 1980s to let you know what's going on in your world. Stay funky, County. I'm Parker Hara.
And I'm Jacob Lattimore. Peace out.
Everything's alright.